Welcome to Rauta and welcome to Skyforger show tonight here in my home city. These are guys from all across the sea. Let's start introducing. Sir, who are you and why are you here?
I'm Edgar, bass player and back vocalist.
And also original member of the band.
Yes, exactly.
You, sir?
Yes, I'm also original Peter, playing guitar and singing.
And you, sir?
I'm Wasis, the new guy, drummer in the band for a bit more than a year now.
All right, let's first tackle your genre. A lot of people who have been following the scene since the 90s, early 2000s already are of course familiar, but you are not exactly very typical band in the say folk metal or black metal, and I would say even a lot of heavy metal, especially if we're talking about the latest album. So how would you, Peter, how would you box yourself in a world of genres of metal?
Yes, that's an interesting question because we see ourselves like we mix almost everything together. If it's a good riff, it's a good melodies, we mix it together and don't take that much care for the style. Maybe it's more like a black metal, at some point, but there is also, as you said, heavy metal, even a doom metal, everything, I think in that way, as you said, maybe we could say that it's original. Maybe.
I think it is very original and this kind of a strong pagan feeling. I remember listening you guys back in the first album, and I remember already like back in the days, like this is something like kind of a very black metallic indeed, but a lot of folkier stuff, and then beyond
thrash, also.
Yeah. So you're kind of like old school roots are definitely.
Yes, I think that's the right thing. Old school, yeah. For us, old school, yeah, it's the right word.
What kind of bands were the most inspiring ones for you to like? Okay, we're gonna play this style because we want to sound like.
Yeah, this is a difficult one because.
Of course.
So a lot of people, everybody have their own opinions. Everybody listen their own bands, but we as old members, we listen more like a Venom. That's the one. Razor.
Yeah.
That's another one. All this, some death metal bands, like Obituary, all that. Even the Cathedral, that is a doom.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, it was a lot of not just one style, one style. We, we grow up in the 90s, and we were in the Soviet Union, and the Soviet Union heavy music was forbidden. And when it broke up, there was like a new world open for us, and we grew with all those bands, and we didn't have this influence like you must play in one style, you must be only thrash or speed or death or fuck. We took everything inside us.
Now, if we're going to a little bit back to the history and you mentioning these different styles, how easy or how hard was to find those metal albums while you were under Soviet regime?
It was hard. It was just pirated. It was pirated. Some people who work on the ships, they brought in LPs and then they recorded and pirated, and you can go in some special places who somebody knows. Said, you go to this place, you can buy some records there.
So it was real underground. You actually had to work for it.
Yes. Because in the Soviet Union, that music was forbidden. Heavy metal, it was forbidden. Only in the end, when the Soviet Union was collapsing, then it started to go out, and there appeared the bands who started to play heavy metal music, but death and thrash, that was something absolutely out of order, something new, just
too dangerous.
Too dangerous, absolutely underground. Yeah.
Now, talking to you as a younger and new guy of the block here, how does it feel to play with such old timers and getting that timeless feeling, like going all the way back to these historic roots?
Well, I'm a little bit different than those guys. I'm more like a technical death metal guy.
Yeah.
And I haven't been in the goddamn Soviet Union. I got here in 1991, so I think I bring the technical aspect to the band. But it's all good because they're good guys, they have good taste, and I think the mix is quite nice now.
Now, talking a little bit back to the historical side of things, how privileged you feel like, okay, I didn't have to go through that, or like, do you feel like you're missing out on something that because you didn't have to go these harder times? How do you
I don't know
feel it?
about that because when I was a kid, I started listening music when I was like 6 years old, and it was like cassettes and the tapes just went out, so it's kind of the same, but maybe a bit more or less the stealing and the pirate thing of records, so kind of the same thing, I think.
Yeah, but the thing is, he don't like that old shit.
Yeah.
He don't like it. He said, "Oh, this band sounds so bad," because he grew up on the new bands and they have this new, sounding. Yeah, it's more than recordings. When he listened to old music, it's like, oh, phew,
It's old.
Yeah,
very old.
yeah.
I can't even know because I was born in 1975. So yeah. My 6 years old finding was Iron Maiden when I was about, I don't know, 7 years old. So
Yeah.
I kind of get what you mean, and I feel personally tapes are horrible, formatted, obsolete, but that's the shit we kind of grew up with.
Yeah, I think the memories kind of connect that quality to the music,
Yeah.
to the feeling that it's cool.
Yeah.
Because
You
I listen.
cannot really fake that.
Yeah. Because
But-
I really like.
Yeah, but
Some-
we think that the music in the 80s, it sounded more natural than now.
Is it because of production values?
Yes,
studio technique?
yes. And I think there is a lot of bands now who just try to remake that sound.
Kind of a retro.
Yeah, yes. Because there was something that this sound was like pure, like it was natural. Now it's computers.
Yeah.
At those times
No,
there was no
no.
computers.
Yeah, you have to use tapes.
Yeah, it was recorded naturally. Yeah, now bands can do it all the imaginable. You can be a one-man band.
And automatically upload it to Bandai. I kept saying we have 2 albums out already.
Yes.
Now, how different it is for you guys to play nowadays than say 20, 30 years ago?
I think maybe not that much. Only that we are grown older.
Back pains.
Yes. You know, when the old people come together, they start to speak about how is your health, what medicine you took.
No, that's true.
Yes.
Hangovers get worse.
Yes.
You get to mock them like, oh, you old fucks.
No, he didn't do it. But in the end, it's for me. I feel it's like the same. We still have a beer. We drink beer. We drink vodka. We drink everything. We smoke cigarettes. We go on.
So you're
let's do it.
forever young mentally anyway.
Yes, and there is one thing for my life. I always thought that if you play music, the people who play music, they stay younger much longer than people who are not into music.
Well, I guess there is a point. But let's tackle you guys. You being original members so many years. What's your story? How you make it happen without getting into fights? Or not too serious fights anyway.
Yes. Sometimes it happens. Yes, I think this is a most common problem for all the bands to keep together for such long time. This is a most known problem to people because you grow tired. You know everything of this guy and of me, and then
It's like a family, I would say.
Yes, and families have all this
You
shit.
have to have some fights, I think.
I mean, coming from my own band background, I felt like a lot of bands are like marriages with multiple people, and of course you get into fights, but
Yeah.
some people manage to keep it together. So,
Yes.
what's your secret?
I think you have to keep calm and open-minded.
And enough vodka.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that's the When you grow older, you just take it away. When somebody says like, you fucking idiot, I hate you. And you say, okay, he was drunk. don't take him in mind. Tomorrow he will wake up and say another thing. You didn't take it as offense anymore. When you are young, you like, okay, you said to me, yeah, the band is done. Fuck you.
Yeah, I don't need this.
Yeah, I quit. If you said that, I quit.
Yeah, people are more like passionate and more hot-blooded in a way.
Yes. When you are young, you are aggressive, straight in a line. You go. When you grow older, you have a thicker skin, and you're like, yeah, okay, no big deal. Somebody said something, somebody did some shit. Okay, no big
You
deal.
just let it slide in a way.
Yes.
I think when you're older, you have been in these situations a lot more times.
More experience.
Yeah. So you have a lot more experience dealing with these things.
Yeah,
That's a big thing.
Personally, when somebody said something at those, I don't take it as offense. Like, yes, okay, no big deal. If we can keep together and do the thing, no big deal.
Now, since we were already talking about history and of course music, now a lot of people are probably like wondering, okay, I'm reading about it or watching this video for the first time about this band, and now I have some kind of understanding. It's folky, it's heavy metallic, it's black metallic. What about the lyrics? How would you describe your lyrical content?
We mostly do with Latvian history. That's the one big thing I think. We sing in Latvian.
Yeah, which is not that very common
Yes.
language outside the world.
Yes, it's not common, but fortunately, in the metal music, it's not big deal now anymore. When I started, the most common thing was if you want to go somewhere and do something, you must sing in English. If you're not singing in English, it's just like waste of time. The metal, especially with the death thrash and especially with the black metal, this border was opened. Why it grow up like you can sing in your own language, and people found it interesting that you sing in your language. It was no problem anymore. I see it that way because when I listen to the bands which sing like, for example, in Finnish or Norwegian or Swedish,
A lot of those bands, yeah.
Yes, I have imagination. I listen here. Maybe I read there is a name of the song, and then I have imagination. And for me especially, I found it like if we do the historical thing, the language is a part of our culture. We use a lot of folk songs. Those folk songs is almost impossible to translate in English because of special words.
They just don't make sense
Yeah.
in English.
Yes. And I found for myself that it could be absolutely stupidly if I sing half a song in English and then half in Latvian. So we found this way that we will do it in Latvian. It's history, it's traditions, folklore, all these things. And I hope the people, as I said, they are open-minded. They can find something there, even if we sing in Latvian. Yeah.
And also, all these translations now are available
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
easily.
Well, nowadays it's easier,
Yeah,
but back in
it's-
the 90s you wouldn't really use
Of
Google
course.
Translate.
Yeah.
Yes, but all the CDs we ever created, we had the translation in English,
Yeah.
so the people know what.
Yeah.
is-
And even in 90s, when I got some Cannibal Corpse cassette, I did some reading, the lyrics and stuff, and I got a dictionary
Yeah.
and went through it.
Yeah,
and
I
that's how
remember
I
it.
learned the language, actually,
They're very useful
Yeah,
word.
yeah.
Okay, this is what decapitation means.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I will use this word in school.
Maybe not a good word for a
Yeah.
10-year-old, but
Exactly. But
now I know what it means.
Yeah, exactly. Now, because of your kind of national themes and all that stuff, and there was a certain symbol on the covers and all that stuff, you probably have gotten your shit about like, okay, these
Yes,
guys
yes.
sing about national history, national romanticism, and a lot of people are nowadays stamping you like, okay, these guys must be some political active
Yes,
group.
yes, I know.
You've gotten those accusations.
Yes,
How do you
yes.
deal with them?
Oh, yeah, as people who came after the fall of Soviet Union, for us it was something we didn't understand. When we go around, the people said, "Hey, you like a Nazis or something." For us it was, yes, it's our culture. We want to represent this culture. There is nothing National Socialist or nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a little bit strange. But yes, and there was this thing when you use those signs and somebody accuse you and they said, yeah, we cannot take you to the concerts. Okay, we changed those signs. We cave in a little bit for that thing, a little bit. But yeah, because in our country nobody cares. In our country it's a cultural thing. It's everywhere. You go around and you see this, and it's our old culture. It's normal. It's nothing, forbidden or something, or something evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I think when you have so many people around the world, when you go in a different country, it's so interesting to find a different culture. You go to the Spain, for example, and you what those people like, what they eat, what they found good. It's interesting, and I think this is a thing. This is a thing we think about when you came to Latvia. Oh, there is some history. There is historical places. There is all these ornaments. There is all this rich history. This is interesting. You know why? There was a little thing I didn't understand why we are accused about this.
But it doesn't bother you anymore.
Yeah, it not bother me. Yeah, it's bother only in that way that we cannot. We want to play somewhere, and somebody says, no, you guys cannot play there. Okay, if you say so.
Okay, there are always other places
Yes,
you can
yes,
go.
yes.
Now, one of my typical questions, I'm kind of bound to and guilty to do this, but I have to ask, how do you see yourselves first and foremost? A studio band, meaning is it more important for you to do new songs and record them and put out new albums, or are you more of a live band where touring and playing gigs is more important? Which one are you, if you have to choose?
I think 50-50.
Gun pointing at your head, which one gets 51%?
For me, it's a more studio. I like create music, create it, and together with the guys when we have all this brainstorming. You have somebody have ideas, I have ideas. We put it together, and there is nothing. And from this nothing, you make a song. That I like it so much. And then we go to studio, and also maybe this sound, that sound, and all this creative work. I found it more interesting than play concerts.
Mm-hmm.
But there is sometimes I think for myself, I'm not so much of a social guy. I love to sit back in a home. But we started this way. We started to play concerts, and there is no going back. This is for me. I think others have a different opinion.
Definitely.
Are you more of a live guy?
I love gigs and shows and all this, what's happening. Yeah, I'm totally a social guy in that way. I also love sitting in my garden and just, cooking some meat or something.
So
alone.
There's a balance.
Yeah, there's definitely a balance.
Cooking
but I
some
really...
meat and thinking about the next show.
Yeah, definitely.
Already doing double drums.
And how can I get better at my double kick drum, And,
While guarding the herbs, you're doing a double kick drums.
I love going to forest, hunting for mushrooms and stuff like that. But
mushrooms and double drums, okay?
Yeah, mushrooms, double drums, and what else?
Something else, maybe.
Something else.
Yeah, something else.
Now, what struck me interesting when I was reminding a little bit more of your music, I mean, it's been a while that you released a new album. Why so many years? What's the story here?
The story is like, the first, we don't have a contracts with any company. I think those years are done. The companies have no power anymore, like it was in the 90s. When I remember when a band have a contract with company, there was, you did an album now, next year, another year, another year. So if you don't have ideas, but you must put out album. In my opinion, that's why there was so many shitty albums out there. Because there was a contract and you must put something out, whatever it is.
So basically, record deals were ruining a lot of bands.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. We don't have this. We do it by ourselves. And I know that we are in a back shadow and could be something done earlier. But we have a line of changes. And the thing is, everybody have jobs. So we have rehearsals like 1 day in a week. We do 1 day in a week, then we have a concert, like some big concert. So we do rehearsals for concert. We stop the new songs. We put everything for those concerts. Then that is done, and then maybe we go back to the songs. I know it's not a good, but that's how it's life. That's how life is for us. We have a job. Yeah, it's not like everything is just for music. Music is just a hobby, and it takes time. It takes time. It takes time to create something. It could be not just song. Yeah. We try to make something like it could stay for a while. When you listen it, you see that it's not just cook it together in 5 minutes and be there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, at least we think that way. You never know.
That's the goal. That's a good goal.
Yeah. And there was a line of changes. Of course, the new drummer came. He must learn all the old songs. Then it's concert. He plays for that concert, then he must learn all the news. It takes time, especially if you have rehearsal 1 time in a week.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned your technical death metal background and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Playing for a Skyforger must be really, really different in the terms of a metal drummer, considering this is not technical music as such as all, and tempos are, well, not exactly fast.
Well,
so how do you feel?
Not exactly, because there's this Latvian Rifleman album.
Yeah, from 2000 or something.
Yeah, and it's fast.
Yeah?
Yeah. I have to go like 260 BPM at some songs.
Oh, it's really that fast. Oh, okay.
For the kick drum.
Okay, yeah.
So I had to sit in my home studio and really get this, and really get this in,
Mushroom Studio. That's the official name for Skyforger.
So it's not that simple.
Yeah.
There's rocky AC/DC like grooves, but there are technical death metal grooves as well. That's what I really love about this band.
Now, do you guys? You can just answer individually if you want to. Let's start with you, however. Do you have some other side projects, outlets that you will need to put your certain other ideas which are not...
Yeah, definitely. This band, it's called Nuvo, with my friend from Latvia. We live in Valmiera. That's like a technical metal project. Just 2 guys, bass with the drive and me on drums.
And that's it?
At least for now, that's it.
What about you guys? Do you have some riffs or idea of certain melodies or vocal patterns, like I want to do a little bit of clean singing, doesn't fit here, and then you do other projects?
No, we don't have. We have that idea. If you do something, you put everything in it. This is the one thing I found a little bit out of my liking when the bands, the black metal bands started it. Like there's a band, then is this guy from the band have his project. I'm not that project.
Yeah, get it out of hand.
Yes. And then I asked for myself, what he's trying to tell me, which is what is the thing he's really into, what he is let's take some Abad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We start to listen. Yeah, Battles in the North. Yes, this is black metal. Then he's playing some Motorhead, something heavy metal. Then what is the real thing he is trying to sell me?
Well, I get your point.
Yeah. What is the
living in a music?
He living, but where is the real? I put everything. I have all my ideas, everything I put in this band.
And you have even done acoustic gigs. Before you actually answer, I remember this was talking to your manager guy. This was like 2004 or something.
Yeah,
you were playing in my home city when there was this medieval fest and doing an acoustic.
Oh, we
gig.
even played in the Turku.
Yeah.
Once, yeah.
So you are totally able to just get away from distorted guitars and all that stuff and.
Yeah, no, but it fits together because it's a folk music. When we started to do this project, it, as I said, it's historical. It's all that stuff, and we put a lot of folk music also in a Skyforger, and we started to learn how to play those instruments, folk instruments, sing those songs. And then we thought, yeah, maybe we can do just clear. We even put those songs in the first albums. There is also some folk, just pure folk music. Between the heavy songs, there was just a pure folk music.
Riffs.
Do you still do those acoustic shows?
Yes, still do.
How often versus your?
Once in a year.
Okay.
Once in a year, yeah. It's not a priority, but yeah, if somebody asks us, we do.
All right, that's pretty interesting. Now, before we conclude the interviews, obviously you all have certain favorites, like this is my favorite song to play live, or this is my favorite song to sing, or whatever. What about you? Do you have a favorite song like this should be always on our set list?
Unfortunately, not this song. I love
Nē,
it.
paga, viņš tev prasa, kurš tev gabals
Es sapratu.
gribētos, lai tu atskaņo kaut kādu gabalu.
Nepateikšu. No mūsu mūzikas.
Nē, vispār pasaules. What is your favorite?
Lot of music. No.
What about Peter? What about you? Do you have certain favorite songs like this is the one that I want to start the set with, or certain song you want to end the show with? Or something?
It changes all the time.
Yes.
I listened to, I started with that, then I listened something different. Oh, it's like a favorite of a month. I listened to that. The latest thing I started listening to was bluegrass music. I found it on YouTube. I started listening, oh, it's not bad. I found that some man called
Bean. String bean.
String bean, yeah.
So we will have a.
Yeah, he played the
Skyforger
banjo. Yeah,
bluegrass
banjo.
song.
Yeah.
What about you?
Do you mean from Skyforger or
Yeah,
set list?
Skyforger portrait. Like, there's certain songs you enjoy playing more live than the others.
Well, as a technical guy, I really like those fast ones.
yeah,
but
they
the-
challenge you.
Yeah, I really dig challenges. And when it's done, and it's done correctly, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of orgastic.
Yeah, you get the feeling of, fuck yeah, we can do this, which is cool. But then also, the groovy ones, like, for example, when Usinch rides, you can just AC/DC the shit out of
Yeah, the
out
kind
of
of
the
a
drums.
rock
Yeah,
and
it's like,
roll
oh yeah,
mentality.
like a Red Hot Chili Peppers groove or something. It's also really nice.
That's not, by the way, a band that people often refer to when talking
Yeah,
about
but it's
instrumentals.
one of my favorite drummers as well,
Yeah,
as
I
like
get-
a necrophagist drummer, you know.
I get the idea.
So I think to play good music, you have to
Understand
like
the different genres.
take in a lot of genres and good musicians as well, not just one. Like
This is a very good advice. People right there watching this interview, make notes. Before we let you go, now, since I already kind of asked you this question, is there a Skyforger song you would say start with if you have never ever heard us before?
Yeah, that's the hard question.
I
That's
know,
the
I
hard
hate it.
question. Yeah, yes. I think, I will take the cheesy way. It's called Migla Rasa. It's the most played song we ever played.
Well, that's a good one then. Yeah, it's kind of an easy way to get in.
Yes.
it's our closer, it's our hit song. So
Yeah, it's cheesy, yeah. Well, it's not like a black metal stuff, but yeah, people love that song.
Okay, people, make notes, make notes. Okay, now it's time to conclude and let you guys take a rest before the gig. You already said your piece of wisdom. Do you want anything else to add? If you're a musician, you should hear this tip from another musician. What would you say?
God, spend your hours on your instrument and listening music as much as you can if you want to get good.
That's a very good thing. What about you, Peter?
Yeah, you know that young people never take the wisdom from on advices for old people. They do their own thing, but what I always try to say, don't copy anything. Do it yourself. Be yourself. Stop it with copying music from YouTube and playing cover songs. Try to do your things yourself.
That is a very good advice. What about you, sir, Mr. Bass Player?
Yeah.
Let your wisdom flow all of us.
Tev jāpasaka kaut kāda doma, ko tu gribētu no sevis pateikt muzikantiem jaunajiem. Don't drink alcohol.
Don't drink too much alcohol. I guess that could be applied to many bands.
Made it interesting music. He loved it. Yeah.
Well, I think those are some words of the wise to you people out there. Now I ask you to do one thing. Check out these guys and listen to their music. They have a really unique, interesting style of combining these various elements we just discussed. And if you ask me, I don't know if you're asking, but I'll tell you anyway. Doesn't matter whether you go all the way to the roots, the first album, or start with the latest one. It's interesting all the way through, and you will find some interesting pointers, interesting genres, and various ideas. And when you get the chance, check out these guys live. They will kick your ass and you will leave the venue with a smile on your face. Pretty much guaranteed. This is Skyforger, this is Rauta. Thank you for your time and stay metal.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
thank you for the nice words.
Thank you.
Nice
Now
interview.
I will grab the mics before we take a piss. This happened actually once. I'll tell you.
I hope-
There was this band at a festival and we had this conversation.